Man, you really are something, man. You people are very, you know, very annoying. Not annoying. It's just you guys have a very, you know, let's say that you guys have a very, you know, closed-minded. You're very closed-minded. You don't really know what is really what's really going on. I mean, I know what's going on, but I don't really care because, you know, I already knew this. I already knew this was coming. A long time ago. Try to warn people, but no one fucking listens. So here we are now. I don't know, man. Just feel like that's something to brag about. You know. You know. Yeah. I don't know. Just don't want people to say that that you know I am the bad guy, even though some people are saying that I'm not. I'm just talking. You know, just speaking. Don't really care. It's not really my problem. If you have a fucking problem, then it's not really my problem. That's your fucking problem, not mine. You know. But I try to be honest with people. I try to be brutally honest with people, but people don't take me seriously. So it's like, what's the point? What's the point of explaining when I told you a billion fucking times, or more than a million fucking times, but nobody seems to be taking it seriously? You know. Another thing is, since all the people are talking shit, and since people are talking shit behind my back, and people are betraying me and doing all kinds of shit to ruin my life, you know what I say about you, motherfuckers? Why don't you come up to my face and say something about it? Seriously, come up to my face and say something about it. Because if you're not big enough, then fuck you. Okay? Fuck you. I don't care how big you are. I don't care how small you are. I don't care how big you are. I don't care how ripped you are. I don't care. I don't care about your fucking muscles. I mean, I do care about muscles, but I don't really care about your muscles. I don't care how big you are. I don't care how small you are. I don't care how muscular you can be. You know. I'm just, I just don't care. What's the point? Yeah, just to rot in hell, you know? Wow. This is actually pretty cool. I'm actually trying to I'm actually trying to listen to this. Like, I'm actually trying to take this as a good, you know, good idea. Like, why is everybody freaking out? Why is everybody so, you know, anxious, paranoid, or upset, anxious, sad, depressed? That's what Gen Z is. Gen Z is. Gen Z is more, you know, Gen Z is not lazy. It's just that, like, I feel like Gen Z, I feel like they don't. It's like they don't really know how to. They're not lazy. It's just that the baby boomers or the people that are older, they're they don't care about the younger generations because they think that, oh yeah, I have money so I can spend it. What is this? A fucking Merry Christmas? Seriously, what is this? The fuck are you trying to achieve? I mean, I'm not trying to hate on anybody. I'm not trying to hate on anybody. I'm not trying to say anything about anybody. But I'm just saying, like, give your younger children a chance. You know, and you wonder why bad things happen because you never let it happen. You never let the good things happen. You never let you never let the you never let the badass things happen. You guys are, the you know I'm not trying to hate on the baby boomers or anything like that. I'm not trying to hate on my parents, not my parents, but my mom's boyfriend and my mom. But it's just that, like, you know, I understand, we were born in different generations, but I don't really understand why everybody has such a problem with, with just accepting it as who you are. I mean, not who you are, but I'm just saying, like, let's give an example, right? Let's say if you want to make this country great again, okay? Why don't we look at the younger generation and why don't we talk to them? Why don't you give them a head start? Why don't you try to help them out in life instead of trying to blame everything on the baby boomers? Not blame everything on the baby boomers, but blame everything on the Gen Z or Gen Alpha or whatever. Just I don't really understand that. Our generation is young. We are still evolving. We are still trying to understand what's really going on in the world. We're trying to understand how everything is, how the world works. Nobody really knows how the real world really works. I mean, some people do, but some people are just, they're in that stuff. They're in this kind of matrix that we're in. But I don't really call it a matrix. I think we're just living in a motherfucking pile of, garbage. I'm not saying garbage, but like I'm just saying like the matrix is real. You do realize that, right? I mean, I'm not saying it is real. I'm saying it is real. Okay? So, we should try to understand each other, and we should try to understand why we're getting mad at each other and why we're so upset over stupid shit that doesn't matter. See, this is what I don't understand about people, man. People always complain about the problems. Oh, yeah, your family's doing, your family's not, oh, blah, 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 we're having money problems. Oh my God, funny, shut the fuck up. Okay? I don't care. I mean, if you're going to talk shit to me, you might as well talk shit to me. You might as well try to speak in my mind. You might as well try to say some shit about me. Oh, blah, 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 blah. Don't care about that shit. What do you fucking think I am? Fucking Harry Potter? No. Okay? Now, you need to chill the fuck out. Now, I'm not saying you. I'm just saying everybody needs to chill the fuck out. I'm not saying that, if I'm the bad guy, or I'm not saying that my generation is bad, or let's say that everything's fucked, all right? Let's just say that if it isn't fucked, all right? Now, the reason why I'm saying this is because, there was a time when, I was fucked. I would say my whole life's been fucked, so it doesn't really matter, I don't really care, It is what it is, But I was prepared for this day because I knew this day would come. So that's why I'm sitting right here. I'm sitting right here where I belong, where I belong, So I'm trying to understand why everybody has such a problem with existing, just living, just breathing, just touching grass, or going outside and just living and breathing. Or you can get a job, I'm going to get a job soon, so it doesn't really matter. Everybody's complaining about, I don't know if I'm going to get a job. Fuck the job, okay? I mean, if I want to get a job, I'll get a fucking job, but I got shit to worry about. I'm not worrying about what society thinks or what they want me to feel or what they want me to do. I don't care. I want to do my own shit. If I want to do something, I'll fucking do it. All right? I don't care what people want. I don't care about success. I don't care about failure. I don't care about anything like that. Okay? I'm just doing it for fun. Just to do something fun. That's what I've been doing the whole time. Doing it for fun. But guess what? Greed took over. I mean, not greed took over, but let's just say that, there's a lot of greedy shit. There's people are greedy now, blah, 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 blah. Fuck that shit, I ain't really up to that shit. You want to be greedy? And you wonder why the U.S. is in capital debt? And you wonder why China is going to take over the United States? We're too busy fighting for each other. And we can't even socialize. We can't even get together. If we don't figure shit out right now, there's gonna be a fucking war going on in a couple of years. Yeah, I'm not saying there's gonna be a war, but I'm just saying, there's gonna be something. There's gonna be a lot of chit chat, a lot of commotion, a lot of hate, a lot of criticism, a lot of drama, a lot of chaos. And I'm like, maybe I should calm down. Maybe I should try to settle down. What if I try to warn my other people? What if I try to warn my friends? Not my friends. If you want to see this video, see this video. It doesn't really matter. What if I warn my fellow comrades? Not my fellow comrades. My fellow people. My fellow Americans. You know, I'm an American too, but you know, there's probably gonna be a war going on. Maybe a World War III. No, I don't know. I don't really care. You know, it's not something I really care about. You know, maybe it is something I care about. You know, World War III. Like everybody's fighting the war. You know, and I'm like, I don't know, man. You know, wars are just. You know, war is just war. You know, people go to war all the time, and we don't know the difference between what is war and what is not war. You know, we don't really know the difference between what is wrong and what is right. No, let me tell you. Let me tell you the difference between right and wrong. Okay, what if somebody literally goes in the back of your mind and is like, "Hey, listen, I know you said a lot of shit behind my back, but you don't have to say that shit." You know, and the reason why I'm saying this is because I'm not trying to come out like as a bad guy or anything, but I'm trying to understand why everybody has such a hatred towards just living, just breathing, just touching grass, you know? Or let's take an example. You know, trying to be honest. I mean, not be honest, but let's actually try to say, you know, if I am the bad guy after all, if you guys think that I'm the bad guy, you know, I'm not saying I am, but I'm saying, you know, why everybody has to come off so angry, so fed up, and my haters. I'm not. This is for my haters, though. I mean, if you see this video right now, I don't care about you. I mean, I do care about you, but obviously, if you're gonna start chaos, if you're gonna start fighting, if you're gonna start all this chaos, all this bullshit, all this drama, all this, you know, all this stuff, then what's the point, you know? And I'm like, okay, maybe I should settle down. Maybe I should try to calm down. Maybe I should try to settle down. Maybe I should try to understand everybody, you know? What if I try to understand this? What if I try to understand that? What if I try to understand this? What if I try to understand that? But what if I try to understand that? What's the fucking point, you know? It's like going around in circles like a fucking Minnie Mouse and cat mouse. So stop bullshitting me and actually tell me the truth. Because if the minute you stop bullshitting, I'll stop bullshitting and I'll actually tell the truth. Capasa? Fair? I think that's fair. You tell me the truth, and I'll tell you the truth. Okay? I'm not playing this fucking game with people. I'm not doing it with people. You tell me the truth, and I'll tell you the fucking truth. Okay? Capasa? All right. Now, the reason why I'm saying this is because what the fuck happened to what happened to this planet? What happened? You know, I don't know. You know, I just feel like the planet is not doing so good. You know, why? How come people have gotten to the point where, you know, everything is you know, let's say that if that society collapsed, you know, what would happen? You know, what would people do? You know, this is something you got to think about. You know, this is something you got to really think about. Because if you don't think about this stuff right now, then game over. You know, I'm not saying that's game over, but I'm just saying, you know, I don't know. You know, I mean, there's a lot of things I don't want to talk about, but obviously there's not enough things I don't want to talk about. You know, I just don't understand why everybody has such a hatred towards just breathing. You know, I don't know, man, or just going on the internet and just talking to people and just talking shit to people for fun. We can't do that anymore because everybody just takes everything seriously. Everybody gets so offended. Shut the fuck up, okay? Bitch, you already know who the fuck I am, okay? So why the fuck does it mean? Why the fuck do you have to come after me because I think, oh yeah, he said some shit, oh, blah, 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 blah. So scary. So fucking scary. I mean, if you got a lot of shit to say, if you got a lot of talking shit, if you got a lot of shit to say, if you got a lot of bullshit to say, then say it. Capasa, amigo. You know? And the reason why I'm saying this is because I'm not coming off as some guy with some guy who's crazy. Because I'm not fucking crazy, okay? Alright? I'm not fucking crazy. Even though I might seem I am, but I'm not. And I'm just saying, you know, I'm a little bit disappointed in this generation, you know? I'm a little bit disappointed in people, man. I thought people would be better. I thought people would actually be better. I thought people would actually try to get along. I actually thought people would get along, you know? But, you know, no. You know, it doesn't matter. You know, I try to get along with people. I try to talk to people. But what's the point of getting along with people if everybody's going to try to start shit with people and talk a shit, or trying to say some shit or some bullshit or some crazy shit, I just wish everybody just got along and just be happy with themselves. Just be happy who they are. I mean, you only live once. You were born into this world, and you know how rare it is to be born in this world. That's like a billion chance. That's like a billion. That's like a billion chance out of all sperm to be born in this world, and you were chosen, including me. I was chosen to be in this world. You were chosen to be in this world. So what's the difference? Why is everybody trying to get on my back? Oh, blah blah blah. Sorry, I didn't need to be born in this fucking world because I wanted to be born in this world. I chose this life because I wanted to choose this life because it chose me. All right. Now the reason why I'm saying this is because I don't want to say that somehow if I was the problem or if I was the chaos, then that is the chaos or the problem. I don't really care. I'm just trying to be honest. I'm just trying to completely be honest. Why everybody has such a problem with just being a gay clown. What happened to being a gay clown? What happened to that? What happened to people dancing around in outside and just being a gay clown? What happened to that? What happened to the days when everybody went outside and just did a prayer or just did a just did a prayer, or just did something that would actually help people out, or do something that don't do this for bad, but like actually help people out. Okay, don't come to me like you know answers, or I know answers, but I don't really know answers. Okay, I know some answers and I don't know some answers. Okay, yes, all right. Now, I want you guys to know, and I want you guys to say, if I'm a gay clown and I sit around. Okay, I don't sit around for nothing. I don't do this stuff for nothing. You're probably saying to yourself, yeah, he's a fucking lazy motherfucker. Yeah, fucking shit. Fuck him. Fuck this guy. Fuck this Steven guy. Fuck this guy. Fuck this master puppet thing. Whatever the fuck this guy is. Fuck this guy. That's what people say to me. And they call me a fucking loser. Because they think that, not loser, but let's just say that people think I'm lazy because I don't do anything. And I'm not lazy just because I don't do anything. It's just because I'm learning stuff. I'm gathering information so I can learn to go in the out world and get a job. Okay? Maybe if you took this as an opportunity to understand, you would understand. But obviously, if we don't have an understanding about everything, then we can't talk. We can't talk. So, what is it that everybody wants? What do you want from me? I mean, not want from me, but what should I give you? What do you want? Okay? Do you want some money? Do you want some fucking marijuana? Do you want some fucking tobacco? Do you want some fucking, what? What is it you want? You want to take out the pickle to get a nickel? Okay. Settle down. All right. Now, I just had to get off some steam. Now, I'm a shit talker. When people shit talk to me, I shit talk to them. Simple as that. I can shit talk all the time because I was raised like that. People in Call of Duty back in 2010, people trash talk to me. I trash talk back to you. That's how I was raised. I was raised because I was trash talking to a bunch of people on Call of Duty. I mean, not really. That's not how I was raised, but that's kind of how I was raised because there was a lot of shit talkers. They called me all kinds of shit, but. Let's not really talk about that. Let's talk about, all the shit talkers, all the bad people, I don't know, and, still don't know who that guy is, What if that guy actually owed me an apology? What if all those people that didn't apologize for me in the past, what if you gave me an apology? No, not everybody. I just want an apology, Just a simple fucking apology, Like I wanna have forgiveness, I wanna. Simple as that, I'm not trying to say that that I'm not trying to get on my knees and beg, I'm just trying to get people to apologize to me. Because I feel like I've been lied to. I mean, I haven't been lied to, but I've been, manipulated. So what I'm gonna do is I'm not gonna care. I don't care It's not really my business. You know, if you want to get in my business, that's right, go ahead. You know, but you know, I'm not really trying to come after people because they're trying to say something, or they're trying to say some stuff about me, or they're trying to come after me like I know something. I mean, not trying to come after me like when I know something, but let's just say that, you know, let's just say that, you know, never really was the guy you were meant to say, or not meant to say, but, you know, let's just say if I was the guy, you know, if I was the guy to help people out, if I saw a poor innocent soul, if I saw a poor innocent soul getting hurt, you know, I'll be the one to help, you know. I mean, I'm not a fucking dickhead. I'm not a fucking, you know, crazy guy. I mean, I am a crazy guy, but I'm obviously not that fucking, you know, lunatic, you know. I'm not really that much of that guy, you know. But, you know, let's just say if I am a lunatic, or let's just say that if I was a lunatic that came out of the sky, and this guy said, "Hey, why don't we talk?" You know? And I'm like, okay, maybe I should settle down, you know? And I'm like, okay, maybe I shouldn't, you know? What's the point? People fucking suck. And this is why we can never have nice things. This is why it's never gonna, this is why the country is never gonna get better. Because we're always focusing on the bad things. We're always focusing on likes and dislikes on social media. We're always worried about, oh, if I don't have the most likes, oh, if I don't have the most views, oh my god, my whole career is gonna be over. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. My whole career is gonna be over because I have no views. Oh my god. I'm not like that, okay? I just want my cup of tea, and I want my fair cup of tea, okay? So I'm not playing any games with people. I'm not here to play games with people. Okay? I already gave you a warning, and if you don't like that warning, then, you know, too bad. I give you a warning. Not a simple warning, but a warning that, you know, will help people, you know, about what I mean and what I say, you know. For example, you know, if, you know, let's say if I did something bad, you know, or if I said some words that I wasn't supposed to say, oh, you know, oh, I said something, oh my god, you know. I just don't understand why everybody gets so mad about some words, man. People are just so fucking crazy, man. It's pathetic. Like, what the fuck happened to society, man? What happened to people? What happened to the good old days? I never changed, by the way. I mean, I changed, but I never changed. I never left. I mean, I left because I got in trouble, but I came back here because I want to live in my place. This is where I come home. This is where I belong. This is my home. You know, this is where I belong. This is where my mom raised me. You know, I love my mother. I love my sister. I love my family. I love my friends. But I don't love every friend that I have. Okay? There's some friends I have that are fucking dicks. Okay? Douchebags. Don't like them. You know, I'm not going to say names, but I'm just putting that out there, you know. But, you know, I feel like, you know, hey, you want answers? Okay, I'm gonna give you a simple answer. I'm gonna give you a simple fucking answer. If you want answers, you have to give me something in return. You know, like for example, like let's just say marijuana, weed. You know, I just want a little bit of weed. You know, that's all. You know. And the reason why I'm saying this is because I don't want people to freak out or anything. It's just that, like, what's the point, you know? What's the point of trying to make people happy, trying to please themselves, you know? But people take more for themselves, so I really don't know the difference between having more for myself or more for them, you know? Everybody has more for themselves than anything, you know? Or let's say, for example, if you take something you're not supposed to, you know? Hey, I did it on purpose because, you know, I had no fucking money. You gotta do what you gotta do. You gotta figure out what you want to do. I've been doing this for a very long time. I'm not fucking stupid. You know, I mean, I might be a little bit stupid, but hey, you know, I'm not that stupid. You know, I just want people to freak out or say some shit about me or criticize me or put the blame on me or try to say some shit about me or try to accuse me of stuff that I didn't do. Oh yeah, accuse them. Yeah, say that, come out, frame out. Yeah, blah blah blah. Okay, I don't care. The only thing I worry about and the only thing I care about is nothing. I mean, I don't care about anything. The only thing I care about is sitting still in a room by myself, completely dark, and just listening to the noise out there in the world. Or just listening to the stuff that's going on out there in the world. You know, just sitting in a quiet room by yourself for, let's say, about an hour, maybe the whole day. You know? Or let's just say that if you don't really do that, you know, I don't know. You know? I'm just trying to come off as a good guy, you know? Or a guy that, you know, actually understands, you know? I feel like people don't really understand what dating is, you know? And, you know, I don't care about dating anymore, you know? I mean, I used to date, but I gave up. I mean, I didn't really give up. I just don't care, you know? Like, for example, I like to date myself because I'd rather go on dates with myself. That's kind of gay, but it's not gay. It's actually pretty normal to go out with yourself. But the reason why I like to go out with myself is because I like to, I like to, you know, I like to go out by myself, you know. Or let's say if, for example, hold on. Okay. But what I was saying is, people just gotta calm down, you know. I mean, shit. What am I supposed to do? I mean, I don't got a lot of things to do. I mean, I got my games, I got my phone, I got my laptop, I got a book, I can read. I mean, there's all kinds of things I could do. I was just leveling up. I mean, I wasn't really leveling up. I was just preparing, you know. I mean, I wasn't really preparing. I was, you know, I was actually, you know, um, let's say, I was actually, you know, understanding people. I was actually understanding why the world is the way it is, you know, or why the world is the way it is, you know. That's what I'm doing. I'm trying to find out why the world is the way it is. Okay. Now we know why. Part of it is why, you know, or the reason why the world is the way it is and how everything's works in it, you know, or how, you know, everything's controlled, you know, or everything's polluted, not polluted, but everything's, you know, everything's in a standalone thing, you know, or trying to say, you know, trying to be honest, you know, or trying to be brutally honest, you know. You know, I'm just saying, I'm just trying to be honest with people, you know. Don't want people to say that, you know, I just don't want people to think, I don't really care what people think, you know. I don't really care, you know. I don't really care, you know. Maybe I've gotten more softer over the years. Maybe I've gotten more, yeah, I've gotten more softer over the years. Maybe I'm just getting on my head a lot, you know. Maybe I've gotten more softer over the years, you know. I used to be more, not soft. I used to be fucking mean, and I still am mean, but I'm soft as much as back in, I'd say 2018. That's when I got more softer. But throughout the years, I got more meaner, and then all of a sudden I got more softer again, and it's more like I keep getting softer, and I keep getting more. Like there's moments that I'm not soft, and there's moments that I'm mean, you know. And the reason why that is because, you know, maybe it's because, you know, maybe it's because I figured out, you know, why, you know, why I'm like that, you know. Why am I always mean? Why am I always so angry? Why am I always walking around? And I figured out, I know the reason why. I'm not saying the reason why, I'm just saying, like, you know, I just know why I'm fidgeting so much. I'm not fidgeting, but walking around in circles or trying to walk around this stuff, you know. You know, I just don't understand why, you know, why everybody has such a problem with me. You know, I don't really understand that, man. What did I ever do? Because I listen to fucking rap music, or is it because of music I listen to? What is it? Is it because I smoke weed, or what is it? Is it because of my looks? What is it? Tell me what the fuck it is. I mean, I know it's because of my looks, but is it because of what I have? Is it because of what the weed I smoke? Is it because of the video games I play? What the fuck is it that people want? What is it that is pissing people off? Is it maybe it's because people are just mad at me, you know? Because I had a better childhood than you. I mean, I'm not saying I had a better childhood, but I'm saying I had a good childhood, you know. But you know, it makes me kind of mad that people would say that, oh well, you know, blah 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 blah. You know, what the fuck you talking about, bro? Go get some fresh air. Okay, go take a step back. Go try to try to fucking try to go try to understand how the real world works. Okay, try to understand what's really out there in the world, because you don't know what the fuck is out there. There could be anything out there. There could be a fucking reptilian sucking a dick off a fucking clown's dick. You don't know what the fuck is out there. Okay? I'm trying to help you out because you never know what the fuck is out there. Alright? I mean, I'm not saying you know what the fuck is out there, but there could be anything. There could be a fucking gay clown running around the streets trying to make love with another gay clown, or let's just say that a gay clown tries to make out with an ant, okay? Let me try to picture a picture for you, okay? Let me try to put it in a round circle, okay? Let me try to explain it to you as much as I can, okay? Now, the reason why I'm saying this is because I don't really care. I mean, let me try to do that again. Let me try to point you a round circle. No, a big circle, okay? Pretend there's people in the boxes of this circle who are fucking fake. I mean, I'm not saying fake. Not everybody's fake. You know, I still go along with everybody, but there's some people out there who are fake as fuck. You know, they don't care. You know, so and the people outside the circle, this is where my these are my close friends. You know, my all my friends, all my people that I know, all the people that I like, and there's some people in the circle who not in the circle, but inside the circle, who are complete fucking dicks, assholes. You know, but it doesn't really matter because I don't really care about why everything is. I don't really care about life. I don't really care about anything. It was never about the money. It was about control. I mean, it wasn't really about control. It was more like, you know, it was more like, you know, loneliness. You know, that's what it was. Just being alone. You know, and the reason why and the reason why, you know, I never really talk about that stuff is because something I like to experience, you know, something I like to, you know, really enjoy, you know, or not enjoy, but cool, you know, trying to keep a cool, you know, trying to be honest, trying to be brutally honest with people, trying to be, you know, cool, you know, trying to save a couple of lives for people and everything else, but, you know, that's good, you know, trying to be honest. So I'll see you guys later. I'll see you guys later, alright? Bye.